Hi everyone, Jamie here with Sweet Pickins. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm so glad you're here. So we're gonna talk a baking item today. So let me ask you guys, how many times have you been baking and the recipe calls for brown sugar and you're like, what? I don't have any brown sugar. What am I gonna do? You cannot substitute in most recipes white sugar for brown sugar. It's a different texture, feel, taste. Brown sugar is really a rich sugar, and it's sweet without being so powerful that it ruins the flavor. It just really enhances all the flavors, and it's so rich in flavor and texture. And there is a different texture between white sugar and brown sugar. So if you are baking and you need brown sugar and you have none or you run out, I am gonna teach you today how to make your own brown sugar. It is so simple. I've been doing this forever. However, once in a while, I do buy brown sugar to remind me how much I don't like it, how I like homemade brown sugar. You are just gonna elevate your cookies and your cakes or whatever, your pies, whatever you're baking that needs brown sugar, you're gonna elevate. And when you taste the store-bought and then you turn around and taste the homemade, you are gonna be blown away. You know, you may not think this or know this or want to think about it, but there are so many additives and chemicals and so many things we eat when there doesn't have to be. So this, to make brown sugar, is 2 items. That's it. But if you look up on the back of a package of brown sugar, it's shocking how much there's added items. For what? There's no reason. So this is my mason jar. Remember, I have a mason jar system in my pantry. There's my pantry. This is actually store-bought, and I am going to show you the difference in look, how the store-bought looks to how it's going to look once you've made it. So super simple. You only need 2 things. So we're gonna set this store-bought aside, and we're gonna make our own. So you're gonna need white sugar, just basic C&H white sugar. You're gonna need 2 cups of white sugar in a bowl. Now, I'm gonna be very transparent with you guys. I actually normally don't make it this way. I normally make it in my mixer. However, I know not everybody has a mixer, and so I don't wanna leave you guys out. So we are gonna hand mix this, and you're gonna get really good results. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be good. The mixer just makes it a little quicker. All right, the next thing you're gonna need, and I love this brand, it's Grandma's Molasses. So I prefer this brand. There's lots of brands out there, but I just find this brand to just have such a really good, rich flavor. So you are gonna need 2 tablespoons of molasses. And I know you guys are probably thinking, that's it? That's not enough. When I'm baking, I need a lot more brown sugar than that. And we're gonna talk about that at the end. All right, so that was 1. And I don't wanna leave any behind. That's why I'm scraping it off this spoon. You're gonna want a full 2 tablespoons. So 2 tablespoons of molasses, 2 cups of white sugar. So let's set this aside. All right, so this is what it looks like in your bowl. Oh, I just covered it up. All right, so now what we're gonna do is I have a wooden spoon and I also have a whisk. I love this tiny whisk. So you're just gonna get in here. Let me see if I can do it this way. And you're just gonna start mixing. Now with the mixer, it definitely is easier, it goes quicker. However, you know, first of all, not everyone wants to get out. Like I have KitchenAid mixers and I have a fleet of them because, you know, I do have Hello Sugar, the bakery. And the thing with them, they're heavy, especially my Big Daddy that's 7 quarts. Oh my gosh, I have no idea how much it weighs. Too much. It is so ungodly heavy. And of course, none of my mixers sit out on the counters. All my mixers are actually in my baking closet where all my baking items are. Not ingredients, just all the packaging, the mixers, cupcake papers, piping bags, all those things. So you're just gonna mix this in. You're gonna wanna go like this and break up chunks of the sugar that's formed from the molasses or any of the molasses that's kind of clumping up. Then you're gonna get it in your mixer here or your whisk. And I know it's a pain to get out, but you gotta get all this out. We just don't want any to waste because this is like lots of molasses right here. You know, I don't eat a lot of cookies, but my favorite, not one of, my favorite cookie, actually I have a couple of favorite cookies. I'm not a cookie girl though, but my Aunt Kitty has a cornflake peanut butter cookie recipe. I really like those a ton. And my grandma has a peanut butter cookie. It was her recipe that is just delicious too. However, I'm not a huge cookie girl, but if I'm gonna have cookies, I like those. But my number one favorite cookie is a molasses cookie. I love molasses. Okay, so you can see how all that came out and it's clumpy. So let's switch to the spoon and just really get in there and mix this in. The whisk initially does really good mixing all that in, but you're gonna need something a little more girthy. And a wooden spoon is just that. So what I'm doing is I'm going in and I'm getting all those clumps of molasses, sugar that may have clumped up with the molasses. And you can see it's really doing well, mixing together. Now, if you were using a mixer, you would have put all the ingredients, turned it on about number 2, and you would have let it mix for 4 minutes. And it would have been perfect, good, no issues. Everything would have been blended so good. So we're just gonna take just a little bit extra time. So if you have a mixer, definitely use it. It will make it easier. So I'm just kind of turning the bowl. I'm kind of cutting down. You can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm just cutting down in it. I'm gonna mix a little bit more. Okay. It's all done. Look at that. Oh, it's fabulous. So let's compare them. So I am going to, let me get a spoon. So let me get a handful of brown sugar here. So let's look at this. Look at how pretty and bright this is. And then this is just a dull brown. This is fresh, fresh, fresh. This right here, how long has it been made? We don't know, but isn't that so nice? Such a big, big, big difference. Such a big difference. So guys, if you're ever worried because you don't have any brown sugar, you don't have enough brown sugar, or you just want to have quality ingredients, a lot of people will ask me, Jamie, your cookies with Hello Sugar or your cupcakes are so good. And it's using quality ingredients like homemade vanilla and homemade brown sugar. These are just tips and tricks. So guys, look at all this. There's a lot in here. However, this is one thing that I have found over the years making my own brown sugar. So I know this is not a lot. I mean, guys, there's probably 3 spoonfuls, maybe 2.5 spoonfuls. And I know that's not enough. So what I like to do is I like to make my brown sugar and put it in a mason jar here. So what I do is I have found, even though it's kind of a pain in the butt, to not triple or quadruple this recipe, make the recipe, each recipe separate. So 2 cups of white sugar, 2 tablespoons of molasses. Mix it all in, do your thing, put it in your jar, start over. You get just such good brown sugar that way. You could do it in bulk. I just have found that the quality and the love put in just seems to just really be honed in on small batches. So I hope this has helped you guys. I hope this has inspired you guys to think outside the box. If you guys haven't watched the video on making your own laundry soap, absolutely do. What about peeling your own eggs where they're not gonna be, you know, taking half of the egg with it? Or some people buy hard-boiled eggs that are peeled. What? They have to use additives to keep those fresh. So the thing is with that is just make your own. So I give you tips and tricks how to make the perfect egg to where the eggshell just slides right off. So guys, it's just about building, you know, just a healthier home and a home that just feels good. And when you have really quality ingredients or vegetables from your garden or fruit from your fruit trees, it just feels so good. So guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget that we have a brick and mortar here in Sparks. We are inside Painted Tree. We're in the back left corner in space W1. And we have a big chandelier hanging with country music playing all the time, so you cannot miss us. Also, you can shop with us or check out our blog or our decorating ideas on our website at shopsweetpickens.com. Also, if you're on Instagram or Facebook, follow us. You just have to type in Sweet Pickens Reno, and it's Pickins Reno. That's all you have to type in. You'll see our stories and our reels. And don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to our channel, and if you click on the little bell, it'll tell you every time we upload a new video. So guys, I appreciate you, and I'm so grateful for you guys taking your time to watch me today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you again on the next video.